Hi, very good afternoon, children. Let us come to 8th class biology. So, regarding 8th class biology, today we are going to start a new chapter, a fresh chapter. It's a very important chapter. Why? Because the chapter which are related to our daily life activities. So, daily our routine work which are interlinked through this chapter. Actually, it is called as agriculture. Means agriculture. It's a culture. Of course, in the primitive era, the human beings are nomadic in nature. They are roaming and wandering in the forest without any civilization or civic sense. Later, they becomes to gradually they have to change their attitude and attitude. So apart from that, they have to develop their civilization by through this science and technology. So one of the best example regarding that observation of nature by mankind, one of the best example is agriculture. So instead of hunting the wild and domestic animals, and instead of they are taking the raw material, they have to stable in one place and they have to cultivate the land and they have to start the agriculture and they have to get the high yielding crops in a particular area without any chemical fertilizers. So this process is called as agriculture. Means we are having the culture from old and to new. At present also we are doing our present Indian population nearly 58 to 60%. At present 60% of till 60% of the Indian population is dependent upon these occupation of agriculture. So, why? Because the dependence, that means the agriculture or the farmers are decreasing present days because of so many reasons. The reasons might be different, but the thing is, main problem is the agricultural fields are converted into commercial, apartmental culture, or residential areas, or aquaculture, or they are going to the construction of roadways, railways. So day to day increasing of population and globalization, they have to meet the demand. So this entire the limited agriculture fields also they are converted into these commercial point of view. Is it great, children? So let us come to 8th class 8th chapter. I mean that already we are completed 7 chapters, 7 different fields or 7 different concepts like biodiversity, different ecosystems, reproduction. So we are having a different concepts. So one of the branch of biology which are vital to that livelihood supporting factor is called as agriculture. So agriculture is not a new word. Of course, it is called as it is a cultural process we are getting from that our old age to that present age. That means old primitive era to that present. We are having that same agricultural practices, but we are having some more scientific knowledge, science and technology we are using, and we are getting the high yielding by this some revolutions like green revolution, red revolution, blue revolution, white revolution. Of course, we are having some more science and technology which are inserted to these agricultural practices. So actually our lesson was began to that a small conversation between this Naveen and his uncle. So when Naveen is coming to that their uncle's house due to this holidays or vacations, while he is coming on the way, he has to notice many of the crops are cultivated in that their fields. So he asked his uncle, what kind of crops are cultivated in these fields? So his uncle said that we are cultivating different types of crops in our fields. He said that answer. Next, we are moving to that our Indian map, which can represent our India is a subcontinent. We are having a different climatic conditions. We are having the different types of soils like red soil, black soil, loamy soil, or alluvial soil, slit. So we are having a loam, that means a humus. So we are having different kinds of soils which supports the different types of crops. Best example, the black soil, which is supports the cotton. So Maharashtra, basically they are having more ready-made garments. Maharashtra and Surat, these are having more ready-made garments. Why? Because they are having the black soil. Of course, in AP we are having the red soil for groundnut, and all we are having more and more in this AP. Is clear, children? So let us come to the topic. So the name or the chapter name is Production and Management of Food from the Plants. What is the topic name is, or the chapter or the unit name is Production and Management of Food from the Plants. Means how we are getting the high yielding from the plants. What are the management methods we are going to support to get high yielding or better yielding. Means first of all, production means produce. Plants produce plant products. Plant produce the plant products. I mean that production in the sense produce. So as you know that the producers are nothing but plants. Why? Because they have to produce their own food by photosynthesis process. Already in the previous topic itself we learn about biotic and abiotic components in the different ecosystem. So in any ecosystem, what are the primary source is producers. Producers nothing but plants. So plants are producers. Why? Because they are autotrophs. They have to synthesize their own food by photosynthesis process. So this way, that is the reason plants are called as producers. So the next one is, so production obviously by the plants. So, but without any proper care, without any proper management, the plants produce in a limited manner. These are all not at all to meet the sufficient demand of this overpopulation. So India is having a overpopulation. Only 60% of the people is doing this agriculture. The remaining 40% are having the other occupations and other fields. So these 60% farmers which are cultivating the crop are yielding that can be support to the meet of demand of 100% of our Indian population. So with the proper management only we are getting the high yielding. So it can be overcome the food crisis to that, especially India like overpopulation countries, and to meet the demand of food. So that we have to manage proper management methods. I mean that we are having some agricultural practices steps from sowing to harvesting, even preservation. So we are having a separate strategy which is very essential to the student. Of course, it is in a real time scenario in a nearby fields. Whenever we have to go to the field visit, when we are observing the agricultural practices. So first of all, they have to select the land. They are starting the ploughing and leveling and irrigation, and they are sowing the seeds, and they are applying some manures, and afterwards they are remove the weeds, means unnecessary plants that they are removing, and they are applying some pesticides to protect the plants from the pest control or bactericide or fungicide or vermicide. So these insecticides which can protect crop from the harmful insects. Afterwards we are having the winnowing and threshing, next harvesting. Afterwards we have to preserve the crop so entire year up to next year. So this is the usual agricultural practices which are occurs in that naturally. So the same process which are occurs in that natural fields. So the same content we are going to learn in that textbook concern. So that is called as a project, means in a natural we have to observe that one. This is called as in a classroom concern, the subject concern we are going to learn. This is the theoretical knowledge, that is the practical experience, practical thing. Is it clear, children? So let us come into the crops in India. So when we have to observe the Indian map. So let us come into the textbook. Let us come to the textbook page number 114. So they are given to the Indian map. So the major crops areas they are highlighted with different colors. So they are given some of the information that is regarding to the are there many crops that are grown in most of the parts of our country? What are they? Yes, we are having a different crops. For example, see, they are given to the rice, wheat, groundnut. So we are having a different crops are cultivated in the different areas. Next question. Why such crops are grown in all over the country? Yes, for example, paddy, it is a global crop, global grain means entire the world they are giving utmost priority to the paddy because of it is a staple food. It gives the more energy, more is energetic food. So that's why majority of the people they depends upon that the major crop like paddy. For suppose we are going to the northern area or North Indians, they are most probably take to the wheat. So either wheat or paddy, majority of the crops are cultivated throughout our India. Why? Because India is a different climatical conditions in different places. India is having a different climatical conditions in different places. Is it clear, children? So that so one climatical condition is suitable for one type of crop. For example, apple. So it is suitable to the cool countries, cool areas, cool climatical conditions. So most probably they have to cultivate in the cool areas like Simla, Darjeeling, Meghalaya. So these some coastal countries they are cultivated these type of crops. Is it clear, children? Next they are asking to the take textbook and go to the page number 115. They are asking some questions. From the above list, which of them are grown in your village? Of course, in our village most probably we are cultivating like maize or some of the vegetables or some of the crops like most probably paddy. So we are cultivating different crops. For example, main crop, the staple food crop like paddy. Apart from that, other crops. So that we are cultivating in our village. Okay. Next, go through the textbook page wise paragraph or fill in the blanks. They are given to that one. So these our country name they are asking. So go through that your social studies textbook in your library. Or make comparative statements showing crops are largely grown in the country. So, country name is India or Indian. Next state Andhra Pradesh, district Sri Poti Srinaramalu, Nellore district. So, our village, for example, we are having a particular village. So, we are going to fill these 4 columns. Next, we don't forget that to add our observations in the table. So, next we are going to the what is meant by crop and what is meant by agriculture. So, what is meant by crop? For example, see the plants which are grown in a larger number to get the useful food products that we call as a crop. For example, paddy crop, wheat crop, maize crop. So, we are having a different crops. We are cultivating different crops. So, let us first, before cultivation of a crop, let us first we have to conclude the mean of crop. Crop is nothing but the plants which are grown in a larger number. For example, this is a paddy field or paddy crop. How can we say that? So entire that particular field or 1 acre or 2 acres or a hectare. So the particular boundary line which is filled with the same type of plants which are useful to the food products that we obviously called as a food crop. Or commercial crops like sugarcane and all. So we are having a different crops, commercial crops, food crops. So we are having a different types of crops. Next, the process of growing crops, the process of growing the crops in a particular fields, that process we call as a agriculture. Agriculture. Next, let us move to the activity number 2, duration of the crop. They are asking some questions. How many days are required for getting the crops? How many days are getting required to the crops? So, how many days it's required? For example, paddy. Let us take paddy. It is the best example. Why? Because everywhere it is a common most crop to entire our India. So, paddy it requires nearly at the beginning it is 6 months. At the time of primitive era, it takes nearly 6 months to 1 year. But gradually, due to that hybrid technology, biotechnology and genetic engineering, we are getting nowadays 3 months to 4 months. So, on or before 6 months, we are going to cut the plants, harvest the plants and collect the grains. So, such type of crops are called as short-term crops. Some of the crops they are taking more and more days. So, more than 180 days. More than 180 days. That means more than 6 months. Which crop is taking? Which crop is taking for to get the high yielding? Such type of crops are called as long-term crops. So based on the duration of time, the crops are mainly classified into 2 kinds. One is called as a long-term crops. The second one is called as a short-term crops. So let us go to the next page. See, name of the crop and duration of the crop. So activity number 2, we have to fill this based on the information of next page number 116. Here they are given the clear information about the crops. See, some crops like zover, red gram takes minimum 180 days. Some of the crops like zover means jonalu and red gram, that means kandulu. So these two crops are taking more time, that means more than 180 days for harvesting. So పంట కోతకు రావడానికి it takes more than 180 days, nearly more than 6 months. 180 days means. So it is such type of crops are called as long term crops. Next, based on the above list or the discussion with the farmer, give some more examples for long term crops. So we have to add some more crops which are taking long term crops. Is it clear, children? For example, coconut, next mango. It takes only more than 6 months. It takes nearly 1 year to 7 years or 5 years duration. Such a long duration is required to the crop yielding. Such crops are called as long term crops. Next we are coming to the some of the crops are it takes below 100 days. So on or below 100 days, that means 3.5 months or 4 months. So on or before 100 days, the crops which are harvested and to get the yield, these type of crops are called as short-term crops. Best example they are given to the short-term crops: green gram, black gram, green gram and black gram. So pesalu, minuvulu. So these type of crops are called as short-term crops. Next we are moving to the we are having seasonal crops. Seasonal crops. So in our India we are having different climatical conditions. Of course we are having the northern monsoons and eastern monsoons. So usually from June to September we are having more rainfall because of it is the time of king. It is the time of the king which is relevant to the to cultivate the crops. This is called as a Kharif season. K for king of rains. King of the rains, which is very much important for the crop yielding. I mean that water source is very important or a vital concern to the crop yielding. So that is why the Kharif season from June to September, usually the farmers are starts their agricultural practices and they have to cultivate their fields. So this is called as the first season is called as Kharif season. Next, Rabi season. It is the king of winter. That means it is the winter season. So once we are completing the September, almost September is completed. So from October, November, December, January. So these duration we called as a winter season. So winter season means a lack of rainwater. We have less rainfall. Next we are having the another crop. So Kharif season for king of rains means rainy season, entire the rainy season. Next winter season we called as a Rabi crop. Next we are having another season in between. This is called as a very short term season. This is called as Javid. So Kharif season, king of rains, rainy season. Next Rabi season means winter season. It is from October to November, December, January. Next we are having March and April. This is called as Javid. This is called as a Javid. So I mean that we are having 3 types of seasons. So one season is particularly suitable for one type of crops. For example, Kharif season. Of course, paddy is a Kharif crop. Why? Because paddy is a water crop. So from day 1 to day ending, it requires more amount of water. Means huge amount of water is it requires. So it most probably we are cultivating the paddy crop in that Kharif season. And winter season, like wheat and all, we are going to cultivate. Why wheat is a Rabi crop, that we are going to explain next video. First of all, so some of the crops are most probably they are suitable to the some seasons. So this is called as Kharif season, winter season, and Javid is a short-term crops. For example, watermelon is a best example for the Javid season. So early summer crops. That means for February or March. So after cultivation of this winter crop means Rabi crops. So next we are going to cultivate the Javid, means shorter crops like 40 days or 50 days course of time that we are going to cultivate like watermelon and all. This is called as a Javid crop. See children, so regarding this 8th chapter of 8th class biology, agriculture, it's a vital concern to the entire country. Why? Because food is the prime source of to get the energy to growth and repair and to maintain the body temperature, as well as we are maintaining the all the kinds of activities. Is clear children? So production and management. So production means obviously the plants are producers, they have to produce, but they have to produce without proper management in a very limited manner. So that is not at all to meet the sufficient demand of overpopulation. So that we are going to cultivate the crop in a proper management. So then only we are getting the high yielding, then only we have to satisfy all the needs and overcome the food crisis. So apart from that, first of all, our Indian map, whenever we have to observe, we are having the different types of soils. Different types of soils are supports the different types of crops. So India is a subcontinent with the different climatical conditions. So different climatical conditions supports the different types of crops. So based on the soil type, based on the seasons, so we are going to cultivate the crop. So apart from that, some crops are required more time for harvest. Some of them are having less time to harvest. So based on the course of time duration, like 100 days below is called as a short term crops. More than 180 days is called as long term crops. Next, some are kharif crops, some are rabi crops, some are early summer crops, means Javid crops. So this is the information regarding about the 8th chapter. In addition to that, we learn about what is meant by agriculture, what is meant by crop. So this is the basic fundamental information we require to the continuation of our topic. Thank you children. Thank you for watching this video.